Feeling lost in your 30s is really such a bizarre feeling because it just comes in waves. One second you're on this high and you're like, yes, I love my 30s, everything's amazing. And the next day it's like, I've seen one too many pregnancy announcements, one too many weddings, one too many engagements. When is this happening for me? Nothing is happening for me. I have no prospects. What am I doing in life? This is like my internal battle every day. I'm like, am I where I'm supposed to be? Do I need to move again? I don't even know. The only thing I know is that I don't know. To be honest, that is not the most comforting feeling, especially someone who is 31. I'm like, I should know something. It's like, I know I'm gonna figure it out. I know whatever is gonna work out for me is meant for me, but like, can I get a sneak peek? Can I get like a sign that like I'm on the right path, I'm in the right place? And it's hard because the like not knowing, sometimes it is so scary, but then again, at the same time, it can be so exciting because I mean, gosh, I could marry a billionaire. Like, I don't know. So yeah, to all my girls who are in their 30s or maybe even in your 20s, late 20s, feeling this, just know that like, I get it. I'm right there with you, sister. And I love you. Okay, bye.
I had a friend call me the other day kind of freaking out because she's turning 30 this year. I was like, I know you kind of went through this when you turned 30. And I was like, girl, yeah, I did. I cried almost every single day. I had about 5 mental breakdowns that year. I did a 30 before 30 just to feel like I was accomplishing something, and almost bought a house, which thank God I didn't because I don't even live in that city anymore. But yeah, I know what you're going through. This probably isn't what you want to hear, but I can tell you it gets so much better on the other side of that. I think it's because my biggest fear actually happened. I realized that I was going to be 30, married, single, no kids. You know what? I didn't shrivel up and die the next day. My world didn't stop turning because I didn't have all these things that I thought I would have at this age. My value didn't decrease any when I turned 30 and didn't have all of those things. Actually, I think my confidence and my self-worth has gotten like way better than any of my 20s. I just want to say, if you're at some age, it doesn't matter if it's 30 or if it's 25. I remember freaking out at 25 about turning 26 and being in my late 20s. Whatever stage you're in, you feel like you don't have something that you always thought you would have. Okay, and let me tell you, if you turn 30 and you're still single, it doesn't mean that you're any less valuable. It doesn't mean that you won't get those things. I told her, I think that we're the lucky ones. We've gotten to live 3 different lifetimes. We had our fun 20s. Now we have our confident boss girl single era in our 30s. So much more fun because there's money involved. And we're also going to be able to get that husband and kids and family life. Like, we're literally getting to be present in all of these different times. Honestly, if you haven't gotten what you wanted yet, count it as a blessing. And let me tell you, 30s are better than 20s. Here's my thoughts after 30 for the day.
You ever wake up and think like, shit, I'm 30? Shouldn't I have my life figured out by now? When I was a kid, I swear 30-year-olds had it together. I seriously thought that by now I'd probably be rich, driving in a Lambo, living my dream life. Meanwhile, I'm over here on Google, on ChatGPT, just trying to figure out how taxes work, because that should be confusing sometimes. And I'm debating on whether I should stay in or say fuck it and go out. Don't even get me started on like other 30-year-olds. Like, some have it fully figured out. Some still have roommates. Some still live with their parents. Some are like backpacking across the world. It's crazy. At this point, I think the secret is nobody has it really figured it out. We're just winging it day by day and we're hoping for the best.
Please tell me it's not just me, but do you ever feel like you are in a completely different stage of your life compared to everyone else around you? I'm nearly 30 and this is probably why I'm having this little crisis, but I just feel like half of my friends are living independently. Some are single, some are not. Some are studying or living their best life overseas. And then the other half are completely settled, married. Some have kids, some have like multiple kids. And I just feel stuck in the middle. I am married. I have a mortgage. I have a career. I am an adult, but I also feel like I am 25. I don't want to commit to anything. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And like, I would move overseas tomorrow if I could. And I feel like men don't have this nearly 30 crisis the way that women do, because women, like, when they're nearly 30, have to map out their life for the next 3 to 5 years, think about it, like if they want to be independent, if they want to focus on their career, if they want to have kids or not. It's constantly like in the back of my mind. Like, I'm thinking about this often. I heard the Shameless Girls talk about it on their podcast, about how we were robbed of our late 20s thanks to the pandemic, which obviously isn't like a new concept or a new thought. I've thought about that before, but I don't think I truly felt it until now. I just feel a little lost. Like, I know I'm trying to enjoy it. I am trying to go into my 30s with the optimism that they are going to be the best years of my life. But I don't know, I just have this like looming feeling like I should be more sure about everything.
I didn't expect to be this alone in my 30s, and I don't mean alone, but wow, it's hit me like a ton of bricks today, and let me explain why. So I'm 34, I live at home with my mum after a breakup a few months ago. I can't even blame my breakup. I haven't reached any milestones at all really. Buying a house, any children, I don't have a boyfriend, I've never been married, I pretty much don't have any assets. I'm autistic and I have ADHD, and I've just pretty much struggled my whole life with normal things neurotypical people find so easy. For example, saving. By my weight loss surgery 3 years ago, which cost me £3,000, and a few amazing travelling trips in my 20s, I've never had more than a few £1,000s in my bank account, and trust me, that's not what I have now. I'm in the process of just finding things so fucking overwhelming, so fucking sad. I'm sad that I wasn't invited to my ex-best friend's wedding this weekend. I'm sad that I can't afford to buy a loan. I'm sad that my friends are on their second babies buying £500,000 houses. I'm sad that I was misdiagnosed with a fucking personality disorder. And I'm sad that I find it difficult to tap into who I am because I've never really known. I'm just sad. I might make this into a series, I don't know. Does anyone else feel like this?
I am in my late 30s and feeling quite lost in life. In a lot of ways, I feel like I'm starting over. And if you feel this way as well, I have a book I want to recommend to you. It's called A Field Guide for Getting Lost by Rebecca Solnit. It's one of my all-time favorite books. I read it probably 6 years ago at this point. There are still things to this day that I think about from the book. I actually want to read it again because I'm in another period of my life where I'm feeling lost. I have been here before and will probably be here again. There's one quote in particular I've been thinking a lot about. Worry is a way to pretend that you have knowledge or control over what you don't, and it surprises me, even in myself, how much we prefer ugly scenarios to the pure unknown. We have such an aversion and fear to the unknown and uncertainty because we feel so out of control, like we don't know where our next step should be. But when I read this book, I was feeling quite lost, and I remember instead of being afraid of the unknown, I started to romanticize it a little bit, and I really started to feel this like peace wash over me about the fact that I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And sometimes I think when we romanticize something, we're actually embracing this sort of melancholic wonder, and I think that's why sometimes there's a certain sadness to the way that we romanticize it. It reminds me of this quote: for many years I've been moved by the blue at the far edge of what can be seen, the color of horizons, of remote mountain ranges, of anything far away. The color of the distance is the color of an emotion, the color of solitude and of desire, the color of there seen from here, the color of where you are not, and the color of where you can never go. Like, there's something about this, it's like you're romanticizing it, it's poetry, but it's sad at the same time. Anyway, I highly recommend that book. Check it out if you haven't read it already.
Is anyone else out there really struggling right now? I'm feeling very lost and alone and really insecure. Talking to the camera is very uncomfortable for me, but it's been a goal that I wanted to do, and I'm trying to just rip the band-aid off. I've been reading the Mel Robbins Let Them book and trying to take actions on my goals and do the things that I am writing down in my journal for the year. And I'm also really trying to get over the fear of judgment from other people for posting and sharing and talking to the camera when this might flop. Maybe only 2 people will see it, but I am doing this for myself. I am not in the place that I thought I would be at this age. I thought I would be in a relationship and surrounded by lots of friends and happier and thriving in my career. And that just hasn't been the case for me. I feel very stuck right now and very unsure of my next steps, and it's really overwhelming. And I've seen other people on TikTok that I can connect to and relate to, and it makes me feel less alone. So maybe I can help one other person out there. I want to use this platform to connect with other people like me and maybe meet some new friends along the way and really use it in a positive way. Yeah, I guess so. Here's day 1. Really uncomfortable, but I'm doing it. And if you've been thinking about doing this and sharing and talking to the camera, I think you should do it too. It feels really weird, but I can do it, and I'm proving to myself that I can do it. So if I can do this, then maybe I can do some of the other things that I have on my goal list for the year. But here's to 2025 of being a year of positive change and personal growth. Yeah. Day one.
I'm gonna be 30 years old. I'm gonna be 30 years old in August, and I think I reflect on my life so deeply and so often because I just never imagined it looking like this. Everybody and everything that I thought was lifelong is gone, and it's just like, it just trips me out. It trips me out sometimes being here at this age. Like, am I really gonna have kids again, get married, and find new friends, like new lifelong friends? Am I really gonna find community in this city? Am I ever going to come out of this feeling of just like physical loneliness and isolation? I'm starting to get not frustrated, but uneasy in this in-between phase that I'm in life. I'm mourning and grieving my entire life up until now. At the same time, moving and pushing myself forward. Just like it's a very, very surreal feeling. I hate to put age on it, but at this age, people are typically just settled down in life, you know what I mean? Like, have their family, have their kids, they have their lifelong partner, settled in a hometown, climbing whatever ladder that's in their career. They have their tight-knit group of friends, they have their community, they have their family, you know? And I look at my life and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have any of that. It's like, am I going to? I don't know. I mean, I have to, right? I'm still so young. I don't know. It's just wild feeling isolated and alone at this age. I'm really going to have a brand new life at some point. I'm going to see new friendships, new relationships, possibly more kids, new career, new community, and I don't know. Like, I'm excited, but it seems impossible at the same time.
Is anyone else in their 30s and feeling extremely lost? Because I am. I turned 30 in January and I was feeling like this previously, but it's even worse now. It is this sense of anxiety and just feeling so lost within my life. I'm questioning everything that I'm doing, how I'm spending my time, what I'm doing with my life, and it's coming with a lot of fear and anxiety about making the right decision because I've got so much internal pressure on myself to make a change that because of this, I'm then not able to make a decision. I'm feeling stagnant in my life and my career. I feel like I have not seen much growth within myself and what I'm doing with my life, which then in turn makes me feel like I'm a failure and I am not good at what I do. I haven't achieved anything, and it just comes with a bombardment of feelings. It's also the fact that because of the fear and anxiety and the pressure I'm putting on myself to try and get out of this rut, it's also making me question what needs to be done. I'm fearful because I don't know what needs to change. I'm too scared to make a decision because I'm terrified of making the wrong decision. Because for me, being 30, even though that's still extremely young, I feel like I should have my shit together. And I'm sitting here feeling probably the most lost that I've ever felt in my life, which is saying something because my 20s was an experience. But it's just this overwhelming sense of pressure, anxiety, and fear that is not controlling me, but it is taking up a significant part of my thoughts and my life. I'm almost feeling like I'm in a state of sleep paralysis, even though I've never experienced it, but from what I've read about it, it feels like I am kind of just in this state where I'm unable to move and I'm unable to take the next step because I'm so fearful of making the wrong decision. I don't know what needs to change and all of those feelings. So if you, like myself, are feeling this way, or you have felt this way in your 30s, I would love to hear from you. You're not alone. I am feeling like this, and I'm sure plenty of other people out there are as well, but it just doesn't seem to be talked about very often. So I'm opening it up to anyone that wants to share their experiences or how they are currently feeling.
I just want to know, are there any people out there in their 30s who feel like they're just lost and confused in their life right now? People used to tell me, just wait till you get to your 30s. It gets so much easier. I don't feel like that. Do I want to start a whole new career path? Do I want to keep my job? Do I just want to take whatever money I have left to my name and just run to Europe? Do I live in a city? Do I live on a farm where there's a bunch of cows and sheep and cute little dogs running around? I can just frolic in the flowers and just be a farm girl. I'm 33. Do I need to try and look for a husband right now? I don't know. Do I just get a van and me and my little dog just go trip around and go on little road trip adventures together and experience things? Like, that sounds fun. Do I just move to a super cheap island and just work in a smoothie shack, you know? Like, there's no right or wrong in life, but it's like there's so many options and paths that you can take that I don't know anymore. I want to do so many things, but at the same time, I don't know what to do. Also, I don't really have the financial freedom right now to be able to experience a lot of things.
Day one of being 30 and trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. No plan, just gonna vibe it out and hopefully figure it out along the way. Because I feel like at 18 or even maybe 20, I thought that at this age I would have the white picket fence, the house, the car, all the money. I would have multiple children, multiple. Instead, today I looked up how to make a hard-boiled egg. And I decided that I was actually then too tired. So I drove all the way to Starbucks. It's cold and raining. I get there and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get me a little egg sandwich. I order and I say, can I have a egg McMuffin? The guy literally laughed, this is not McDonald's, ma'am. And so, a little humbling, but I'm on my way home. I got my coffee. I got my little, what is it? I don't even know what it's called. I called it a McMuffin, an egg sandwich. And I am getting out of the car and realize I thought that people were looking at me weird in the car. I think maybe they were because once I got home and opened my door, I had realized that my trench coat was hanging out of the side of the door the whole time. So the left side of the coat was all wet. I can't believe that I thought at 30 I just would have it all figured out. I feel like I'm just Googling everything instead of what my parents, I feel like, did. It was just instinct. So if 30 is anything, it's definitely just more and more humbling every day. But I'm hoping that if I just start doing the videos and figuring everything out, that it'll be a little bit easier for me. In the meantime, if you guys have any humbling moments, not even just in your 30s, but just in general, or embarrassing adulting, please let me know, because at this point, I'm just starting from scratch and trying to figure out myself again. So if you guys really do have any advice, I really would love to hear those. So drop in the comments, let's laugh together. If you want to see more of me just trying to figure out my everyday life, let's do it, because this may be a very long series. So look forward to it. Bye.
Okay, this is for anybody in their 30s. If you're not in your 30s, you can keep scrolling. Okay. What are we supposed to be doing? what's going on? Like, what do we do? I don't know what to do, bro. I don't know. Does anybody